Hey, what's up guys? Kai here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI using no Magicite. Sorry I haven't had any content uploaded for you all over the last day or two, but I was coming down with a bug and I wasn't feeling very well at all. So I took that time to get as much rest as I could, and thankfully I'm feeling much better today, aside from the splitting headache that I still have. But I did take some Excedrin a little while ago, so hopefully that kicks in sooner rather than later and relieves me of that pain. But enough of that. Let's see how Sabin is faring and try to find out where we are exactly. Hey, it's Shadow. Gee, Sabin, you picked a really great spot to wash ashore. You're practically on the doorstep of an Imperial Base. Oh yeah, Celeste did say something about the Empire attacking Doma. Oh, why thank you. Thankfully for Sabin, our ninja assassin here is a caring soul. Now this line here is actually a reference to the fact that after battle, Shadow has a 1 in 16 chance of leaving your party. Now, if you're fighting battles on the world map, you typically don't have to worry about this happening unless you're fighting an excessive amount of battles, like if you're grinding or something. So I don't recommend doing that. Not that grinding is going to be necessary anyways, but it's just something to keep in mind. Sure, why not? Shadow is an excellent party member. Follow the Reaper. Or would the Reaper be following Shadow? Plot twist! Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, Shadow is an amazing character, and I know there are a lot of people out there who say he's overrated, and I respectfully disagree, and I think one of the big reasons why people say that is because they don't understand fully how his special ability, Throw, works. And I don't mean any ill will when I say that. I just mean that maybe there are people out there who just underestimate how good the throw command is in this game. And we'll go over that in just a moment, but first, let us make sure he's adequately equipped with our leftovers. And we want to remove his ninja gear because he got demoted. And Sabin, you got promoted to a ninja. Yeah. Good defense, good magic defense, and a little bit more speed. And we'll give the Kung Fu suit to Shadow there. For relics, we'll give him the Atlas Armlet and the Hyper Wrist for more physical damage. Sabin, you get the earrings and a ribbon because that's manly. He's a manly man in tights. Make sure Shadow's in the back row because his special ability Throw, much like every other special ability in the game, is not dependent on his battle power, so you never have to spend money upgrading his weapon, and it also does not rely on Shadow being in the front row. So he is yet another character that can take advantage of the defensive bonuses for being in the back row, while still being able to deal maximum damage. And if you look at his stats, even without the Hyper Wrist, he has a good balance between strength, speed, and magic power, which is going to be even more important in this LP because I won't be able to boost stats using Magicite. So he's also a good character in that regard. Hey, where'd that guy on the Chocobo go? Well, let's go back in there. I'm not worried about sprint shoes right now because we won't be spending a lot of time in areas where I need to move quickly. Oh, it's a merchant. I thought you were an Imperial soldier. See the goods. I'd like you to keep it in your pants, please. But what we do want to buy are 99 shurikens. Yeah, finally Squaresoft got it through their thick skulls that shurikens shouldn't cost ridiculous amounts of money. Like in the last Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I think one of them was 2,500 gold, which is ludicrous. And here, as you can see, you can buy a stack of 100 for practically the same amount. So very cost efficient, and they do very good damage. And we also want to buy 7 invisible edges. See, we're good on plumed hats. Let's get 2 more Phoenix downs, and no, we're good on tents. We're good, we're good. Shop smart, viewers. Shop S-smart. Okay, and I'll go over the invisible edge when we get into a battle. First, let's see what's going on with this guy. What? Do I look like a clockmaker? I'm a monk and a ninja. I don't think either of us are qualified to fix your clock. So your clock's been busted for 10 years and you haven't got it fixed? Well, actually, I can't talk. The battery in my watch has been dead for about 2 months. I still haven't replaced it. Whoops. Lawnmower Man. God, that was a weird movie. Especially when you're like 7. Okay, this guy is bonkers. Boulder Dash. Does anyone even say that anymore? That's like from the 1940s. Come on, Woolsey. What? Nice little homage to H.C. Bailey there. Better than a sharp stick in the eye. Alright, well, let's get the hell out of here. We're just wasting our time with him. Alright, so, well, according to Shadow, we have to go through the Imperial Base to make it to Narshe. So, let's be on our way. Another new enemy, B-Cores. Now watch how much damage we do with the shurikens. Yeah, 662 damage. That is amazing. Now the upside to throwing weapons is that they are considered physical attacks. So in addition to their already really high attack power, equipping the Atlas Armlet will give you 25% more damage on top of that. And this is what Shadow's going to be doing for the remainder of the game. Remember, Aura Bolt is a magic-based attack, so that's why I gave the earrings to Sabin to boost that damage by 25%. So we are going to be wrecking some serious space with these 2 party members. DPS is going to be through the roof! The other good thing about throwing is that whatever you throw ignores an enemy's physical defense. And I've said that a few times already, but I should take a minute to clarify what that means, because I know a few people might not understand what I mean when I say attacks pierce defense, and it doesn't mean they deal more damage than normal. What it means is that against enemies that have really high physical defense, an attack that bypasses that will just deal its normal full amount of damage compared to other attacks that will be pretty much useless. You're going to deal very little damage with attacks that do not ignore defense. And the same goes with some magic attacks. There are a couple enemies that have really high magic defense, so you gotta use either spells or other abilities that just ignore magic defense. And it's good to know which characters have access to armor-piercing abilities and which attacks actually do that. So before we go in that little desert, which does not look inconspicuous at all, we should probably save our game. Oh, wait. No. I want to get into one more battle outside. Thank you, game. Ooh, stray cats. Very nice. Let's use the invisible edge on Shadow. Now what this does is it gives him the vanish status, or the clear status. And while you're in the clear, you are completely immune to all physical attacks, whether they be auto attacks, throws, special abilities, yeah, you name it. As long as it's not magic based, you'll dodge it 100%. It is ridiculously overpowered, and there's a reason why it was nerfed after this game. Yeah, make sure you do that with Shadow, because we aren't going to be running into any enemies that do magic attacks for a little while. So he's in good hands. If only there was a way to give the rest of my party the vanish status. Soldier A and Soldier B. Really, Ted Woolsey? Actually, I shouldn't be surprised one bit, because he's also the one who translated Breath of Fire, which is the other game I'm Let's Playing right now. And if you're following that one, you know that those enemies have the most generic names ever. What? So General Leo is around? Yeah, they call that going AWOL. Not a good thing if you're in the military, viewers. Back to the... oh, okay. They're on post. I was like, wait a minute, what does that mean? Just do your jobs! Bonus points if you get that reference. Well, you just had your chance. You're the one that bitched out. Huh, it seems the soldiers hold General Leo in pretty high regards. Ah, foreshadowing? Probably not. Uh-oh, we're too late. Wait a minute, you take 12 guys to assault a castle? And what are they doing? Doesn't seem like the best idea, especially against soldiers who are wearing some pretty badass turbans. What do you mean you can't keep them out? Hey, who's this guy? I do like his theme song, though. This is the faithful retainer to his family's liege, with courage and strength of 100 men. This is Cyan, the samurai with an epic mustache, just like Yang. This guy is like 50 years old, which is really, really old in a JRPG land. I mean, he's practically a walking corpse. Oh, so that's your plan. Go right for the boss. I like it. I like how his name is Cyan and his armor has a very faint blue hint to it. Nice touch, game. Alright, so before we do anything, Cyan is a samurai. And unfortunately, he is not as powerful as the samurai were in Final Fantasy V. No, in between games, Square Enix beat the hell out of the samurai with a Nerf bat. But he does have their special ability, the sword tech, or Bushido, as it's known in newer translations. And he wields katanas for weapons. Let's see, for relics, what do we want to give him? We'll give him the sprint shoes and the running shoes. Why not? Can't go wrong with auto haste. Now, unfortunately, due to the nature of this LP, I won't be using Cyan very much at all. Simply because his Bushido attacks are relatively weak, and unless you put points into his strength, he won't deal a lot of damage. But he does here, using Retort. That's the best way to kill that guy. And I'll go over the Bushido in more detail in the next battle. But essentially, you just select it, and as you saw, that little gauge will fill up. And once it reaches a level that you want, you press the A button, and he'll execute a special ability. Now, Retort is a guaranteed counterattack. Oddly enough, though, it's magic-based, even though it shouldn't be. But yeah, that's a little taste of what Cyan can do. And for right now, he's a very good addition to the party, but long-term, not so much in this LP. Sorry, viewers. I did put him to pretty good use the last time I LP'd this game. Let's see here. I always forget which one to pick. I think if you hit it, you don't have to fight a battle. Yes, okay. If you kick it, you have to fight that guard, and I think the dog as well. Meow. Oh, man. Good job, Shadow. Here we get a star pendant that protects you from the poison status, guaranteed. Hey, how's it going? Hey. Aw, man. Uh-oh, Magicite armors. That could be bad. If they use their laser attack on Shadow. Okay. Whew. I thought you just ran into regular soldiers if you talked to that guy. Yep, Shadow is going to be completely invincible in this area thanks to the Vanish status. However, if he's not, you might notice that whenever he blocks an attack, sometimes his Ninja Dog Interceptor will block the hit and then counterattack, which is pretty cool. That's another good reason to have Shadow in your party is, well, you get counterattacks for more damage. Ah, there's General Leo. I guess he looks more like Guile than Sabin. He's got the same flat top haircut, and he's wearing green, and he's in the army. Man, I should have saved all my Street Fighter jokes for now. Ah, he actually cares about his soldiers. Unlike Kefka, who has shown a complete disregard for human life. Oh, way to put it into perspective, Leo. I like Leo. He's the honorable bad guy. And you have to have one to counterbalance the complete psycho bad guy. What, you're gonna leave the fate of entire kingdom in a lowly soldier? I like this line here. It's almost as if Leo knows that something is amiss. He's even compassionate towards his enemies. He's a true warrior. Yeah, right? Well, let's continue on here, trying to sneak through a base full of soldiers. Uh-oh, Kefka. What? It's just downright sick and evil, man. Pretty sure a general outranks a court jester. What? I don't think Doma is part of our little resistance, now that Kefka mentioned that. And you're gonna... Oh man, you're gonna disobey a direct order? Bastard. Heyo! Bob, Wolverine, is that you? Alright, it's boss time against Kefka himself. We meet for the first time, for the last time. Wait, what? Youch! Seafood soup? No. How does Sabin know who Kefka is? Do I look like a waiter? Oh, man. Hey, I'm not done with you, man. But before we talk to him again, let's go up here first. get? A secret treasure. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know about this one. We get the barrier ring. Now that is very good. I believe it casts Shell when you're low on HP. Yes, and Shell just reduces the damage you take from spells, although it does increase your magic power by 2, so that could come in handy. I might give that to Sabin in the near future to further power up his Aura Bolt. We get a Mithril Glove. That it's basically just like the barrier ring, only it will cast Safe or Protect when your HP is low, and that reduces physical damage. Monster in a box. I hate mimics. Alright, now this battle here is the #1 reason why you want the ribbon on Sabin. Because every time you hit this guy with a blitz, he's going to counter with Megazerk, which inflicts the Berserk status on Sabin. However, he's protected against that. So now I can just continue to blitz my ass off. Ooh, that was close. And hopefully kill this guy before he summons reinforcements. Come on, Shadow. Yes, got him. And for defeating him, we get a green beret. Best helmet in the game for everybody for a very, very, very long time. What it does is, well, it increases your evade by 10, which is good if you're playing newer versions of the game, but it increases your maximum HP by 1/8, or 12.5%. So, I think the HP boost far outweighs any defensive boost of better helmets that we're going to acquire for quite some time. You need to work on your insults, bro. You know what? Let's have Shadow do the honors this time. Oh man, all of those just got him right in the face. That would suck. I remember one time, when I was 8, my stepdad had some ninja stars and a samurai sword and some other stuff. And I found it one day, and of course, you know, he scolded me and told me that, you know, they're dangerous, blah blah blah. But naturally, being a kid and being told no, I can't have something, I only wanted it more. So one day I waited till him and my mom went to the store, and I went rummaging through their closet, got him out, and I thought it would be cool to throw him at the wall. And of course it stuck in the wall and left a nice size hole in the wall, and I got busted. Oh well. I also took his nunchucks and was swinging them around like Bruce Lee, and I ended up cracking myself upside the head with them. Those things hurt. They're made of solid wood, man. Lesson learned. Ah, new enemy, Templar. The only annoying thing about these guys is that they counterattack upon death sometimes. Not that Shadow has to worry about that. But they're all concentrating on Sabin, which kind of sucks. Ha! Yeah, clear status, very, very good. I guess the only downside to Vanish with Shadow is that you won't get to counterattack with Interceptor. But that's okay. Man, this guy's... he's just demented. And this is where Kefka really starts to develop as a villain. And that son of a bitch must pay mentality really starts to kick in. You know what they say, viewers? When in Doma, don't drink the water. That's just us causing a commotion. Don't worry about it. What do you mean? And they die. Oh, that's vile, man. First he just torches Figaro Castle, and now he's committing hydrocide, as it were, on the kingdom of Doma. And he's enjoying it. That's even worse. He's laughing about it. Uh-oh, danger music. I was gonna say, and Cyan just casually walks around, but I forgot he has the sprint shoes, so he's actually moving his ass. Well, I'd be there already if you didn't come to stop and chit-chat. Uh-oh. Yep, you know it's over because it's a JRPG, and once you start coughing, you're either dead or you're pregnant. Yay, happy music, even though everybody is dead or dying. And as such, now is the perfect time to go treasure hunting. Here we get a remedy, and I think there's one... No, okay. I was going to say there's an item in there, but, well, that guy's blocking the door. For once, it's a visible plot wall. Well, not that he's important to the plot, but you know what I mean. Oh, no. Cyan's wife. You named your kid Owain? Really? Elaine and Owain. Impossible! Idiotic! Ridiculous! Yeah, revenge music. But what is Cyan gonna do all by himself? Is he a one-man army, or is he getting in over his head? Find out next time, guys. But until then, as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Take care.